We now move on to the next segment, short and sweet. Anna and Akka, given a chance, what is one thing you would like to change in the Bharatanatyam dance field?
I want to say, because I'm a dancer, whenever we perform on stage, a singer gets a certain amount of money. Everybody in the orchestra gets, including the makeup man, to the tailor, to the light person, to the sound person. Everybody gets their share. I'm also an artist. I put in equal amount of work, if not more. As a dancer, if I'm paying 5,000 to my singer or like 8,000 to my methodist or whatever, I have to get that 5,000 as a dancer. I would look for ways and means to somehow establish that. Make sure the dancers are also paid whatever the others are getting, if not more.
What I would like to change is that for young artists, when they perform, it's important for them to understand that the art is about the artist and it's not just about the self or the body. So you should try to go beyond the physicality of it. So that's something I would like to change.
On a lighter note, do you recall any funny incidents that has happened on stage? Can you share it with us?
Funny incidents on stage I don't remember, but off stage I can definitely tell you. About 20 years ago, I did a production called Soundarya based on 7 villain characters from Bharatanatyam, based on the concept of the 7 stages of a man. Right. So I was dressed up in female attire. I was sitting in the green room. The secretary of the organization came in to get the check. And she said, I want to meet Srikanth. She looked at me and said, I want to meet Srikanth. So I said, yes, Akka, because I know her. So I said, yes, Akka, Solimo. I said, no, I want to meet Srikanth, the artist of the evening. I said, I am Srikanth. And she would be, but why are you talking like a male? And I said, Akka, I am Srikanth, so I will talk like this. And she was so surprised. She said, oh, I'm so sorry, Srikanth. So I can say it was a compliment. Yes, that's one of the funny incidents I would say. You remember anything?
Yeah, I don't think anything was funny enough.
Both of you have done many choreographies. Do you think it is necessary for the art form to have a certain boundary?
It is very important because our tradition is not something that is recently emerged, right? This has 1,000 years of history and tradition. We do have a grammar, we have everything written A to Z in Natya Shastra and other texts. So we have something very solid, and they've been practitioners several years. They've done something. They've come up with this margam and all that stuff for a particular reason. It's not without any logic they've done all these things. So it's better to stick to the grammar, to the boundary. Of course, you can push it if it required, if you're doing something new. As simple as if you have to portray thing that comes to my mind is a crab on one of our productions based on rain. There's a place where we have to show crab. We didn't know what to do. There's no hasta for crab, right? So you have to come up with something new as a say it should look like crab also. So I do something like this, so sort of it's like crab, right? So you can take that artistic liberty but not go completely off the rock, right?
Yeah, but I also feel that tradition should not be a limiting factor for an artist to go. I always feel tradition strengthens you. It strengthens your understanding of the art, and that gives you the confidence to explore and to create new things. So it should never, I wouldn't think of tradition as limiting. I only would think of tradition as something that emboldens you.
Akka and Anna, do you think any dance form can be confined to YouTube videos and Instagram reels? Can you give your opinions on this with regards to the lack of audience that we currently have and the increasing rates in the auditoriums? Do you think these public spaces will lose its significance?
Definitely not. cannot, because like live performance is very different from watching it through the camera, like through a small screen, right? For sure, the energy is very different when you go for a live performance, because the the music and the dance and then see, sometimes when we dance on stage, sometimes we are exhausted at the end of the performance, but we still move on. We derive energy from the audience, or like musicians. Same for the audience, like they might come with like various things they would have had like during the day, and then they come and they watch the performance and they're like completely transported to a different field. That cannot be replaced watching. See, I don't know about others, at least in my case I can say, when I watch my own videos, just to recall if I forget something in my choreo, I just go back and watch my video. I don't find anything interesting. I find only faults and my mistakes in my performance, right? Videos. So video would probably give like 10% of what a live performance can give you. So definitely cannot be a match or an alternate to live performance.
Yeah, definitely the dwindling audiences. When there is a disproportionate hike in the ticket stake, ticket costs, yes, there will be a dwindling audience. That's very important. And I think we should understand that the more people come, it's beneficial for them. So in the long run, they have to work the economics around the factor that, the key is to bring more people into this. So how do you attract them? What kind of rates are attractive? That is something they need to understand. Organizations need to understand that before bringing in disproportionate hike.
Ananaka, we come to the last question. Can you share your opinions on the competition culture?
I'm not one for competitions. Though I know up in Kerala where the youth festival is a big thing. It's one of the largest and biggest competition events in Asia. So I know that when my mother used to take students in the 80s, the competition was healthy. And then in the 90s and then early 2000s, when I started taking students, it had become far from healthy. And then, it becomes a completely different ballgame. So then, as long as they're healthy, competition is okay. But competition should not be the aim of learning an art, and neither should it be the stepping stone into recognition or success. It can be part of the journey, but that should not be the end. And that's very important. That's why I don't believe much in competition culture.
Competitions, healthy competition is good. A competition has to be like, even if it is a competition, even if it is a competition, it has to be for a certain time. It shouldn't be like 10 minutes or 8 minutes. Anyway, you cannot judge somebody by the time you entered, ready to you perform, it's already over, right? So if it is like a good amount of time, the artist gets to establish oneself, or show abilities to the audience and to the judges decently well. So you should give that time for them to prove oneself, and not in these 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay.